Could you get any louder? I had to make everything, if you're seeing this, I don't know if anybody's seeing this or not, but I had to make everything smaller so I could see the button at the bottom of a thing to click, and now I can't make, oh there we go, couldn't make it any bigger then. Right, let's see if why is this so difficult? Am I there? I am. Hoorah. Right. Let's turn the sound down on that. Why is this so difficult? Like top chat. Okay. Like top chat, live chat. Hoorah. Pop that out. Let's move it over there. And put that there. And then I'll just sit here and hope at some point someone turns up. Whoop, where have I gone? Why can't I make that smaller? Can I move? Why is it not moving? Oh well. Hi Jane! As you can see, I still have no clue what I'm doing. One of these days I'll fathom this out. Right, get rid of that. It looks like it's just me and you. I decided to do this to keep me distracted, because otherwise I'll sit here either biting my nails or doing something daft. So, what's the weather like where you are? It's fucking freezing here at the moment. I need to shut the window, but it's a job and a half to get up to it. So I've got like chest of drawers in front of it, and I'm a short arse, so it takes forever for me to get my hand up, and then I've moved the, what do you call it, the curtain, and then it looks like shit, and then I'm annoyed because it's not done right. Stormy with you, yeah, it's not stormy here, it's been raining and it's freezing, and I read something earlier, they reckon we're going to have a load of snow in November. Hoorah! I like the cold, don't get me wrong, but it's just dropped that bit lower now in my room that my fingers are going blue. So yeah, stormy and rainy. Ugh. Make sure you're huddled up in front of a fire or whatever with your gym jams on and a hot water bottle. You can't be, that's the thing, that's what I might do. I've got my heat pad. I might put that on in a minute. What height am I? 5'4". I'm a short arse. What height are you? I spend all my time in pubs and clubs and whatever. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, because everyone's like 8 foot in front of me, like a tray of drinks trying to get past people. It's a pain. Jed's 6'1". Kaylee's even taller than me now, and Travis, I think Travis is 6 foot as well. And it's like, yeah. I remember when he was a baby, they told me that he was going to be 6'3" minimum going on his chart things. And I said, so what am I going to have to do? Yeah, oh, I finally found someone who's shorter than me. I said to the midwife, what the fuck am I going to do then? Stand on a stool and tell him he can't go out? Like he's going to listen to me at 6 foot odd. It's no fun being short, is it? I can't reach anything. And that's the thing, like, if I want to clean the bath out, I use the shower. But if Travis has been in the shower, he leaves the shower head up. And I can't reach it from the floor. So to get to it, I have to climb in the bath to get the shower head. It's ridiculous. Looks like it might just be us two. Is this on Jools Voice Over? Because that's where I wanted it to be. Being transparent, I'm trying to get my watch hours up on this channel because apparently I can monetize this channel if I hit 4,000 watch hours, which I very much doubt because no one watches this channel. I think I've been shadow banned or something. Oh, I know I'm short. I used to be forever the one in the shopping in Asda or wherever. Excuse me, young man, can you get me that off the top shelf? It's a pain. It's like, I think I was at the back of the queue for fucking everything. Eyesight, bloody health, height, you name it. And I don't know why. Why was I swindled? Cool, thanks Jane. Yeah, I'm trying to up my watch hours on here. Because, like I said, they said I could monetize it now. Even they've dropped the they've moved the goalposts again, and so instead of needing 1,000 subscribers, you can do it with 500 subscribers, 3 videos in the last 3 months or something, and 4,000 watch hours or 10 million something on shorts. I'm not about to start to do shorts, and you have to keep doing them and doing them and doing them. I remember at school we went on a summer holiday and there was a girl in our class, Karen, and when we went back she was towering above everyone, and it's like, what did you eat in the holidays? We were like a load of little munchkins walking around behind her. She got really tall all of a slap. I don't know which is worse, but it must be good to be tall and see stuff, mustn't it? It was like Jed used to say to me, oh, can't you see that over there? And I'd be like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And he'd be pointing at stuff. And then eventually we got a camcorder. We borrowed a camcorder off his mum, and I was filming some stuff. And then he filmed some stuff, and then he was watching it. And when he was filming it, like the camera was up here, and then I'd film stuff and it was down there. And he was like, oh, now I get why you can't see anything. And it's like, yeah, I can't see bugger all. Stand me on a box, I might have seen what you were pointing at. I think that's why they don't see anything that's on the floor. Yeah, I hate being short. Because like I'll say to him, did you not see that? What? That post that's just sitting there in a pile on the floor. Can you move it? Oh, yeah. It's like, because they're up there, they walk around like giraffes and see nothing. So what you watching on? Are you watching any you don't watch telly, do you, Jane? Just YouTube. I think I remember you saying you don't watch telly. Is my mascot with you? I'm claiming him. Claiming him as our mascot. That's what it is, isn't it? Yeah. You only see things at the height you are. Kaylee's the same. She sees what I see. Yeah, I thought you said no TV. I've just been catching up on Strictly Come Dancing. And Big Brother. I'm really enjoying Big Brother. It's like back to the good old days. Can't concentrate on anything at the moment though. Isn't she? Complete and utter lunatic. And people call me mean because I want someone in her family to fucking do something for her and sort her out. She needs a head read. She spent, I don't know, £20,000, £30,000 in a couple of weeks. She's got an instant buzz off of buying the stuff she's bought. She'll hang it up in a closet and she'll never use it. Is he in bed? Oh, I won't say his name then. I want to wake him up. I need to get a pet. Definitely. I need to get out of this fucking house is what I need to do. Why we ever moved. The spending's insane. And I'm not being funny. I know she's got the money. She can do what she wants with her own money. But does she not see how ludicrous it is? I remember it's like when she started, oh, I have to ask John if I can have a pocketbook. Now she's spending £2,500 at Argos or wherever, so we don't have to. No, I think she has the money, Jane, because people click on her links, so she earns money from that. She earns money from views on YouTube. She earns money from being sponsored, and she gets kickbacks from Like to Know It. So it's all money. I wouldn't say she's going into debt for it, but the more she's getting, the more she's spending, and it's stupid. Rather than stopping now and saying, right, I have enough shite in my closets to be able to fucking do whatever look I want to do without buying more shite. But for her, the fun part is the shopping. Like I've said to her before, but she wouldn't listen to me. Go to the shop, get a load of things, bring it in the changing room, film yourself in the changing room, show that on your channel. And then you haven't spent anything. But she can't do that. She has to spend the money. That's the thrill. It's madness, isn't it? I mean, I know back in the day, I used to use Constance Carroll. Was it Constance Carroll? The really cheap makeup that was on the market. Really? Did someone put a fucking race course outside our house? Track thing, whatever the fuck it's called anymore. So back in the day, we didn't spend. Do you know what I mean? When we started out and we were potless, we didn't. And as we improved and we got better jobs and blah 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 blah, we bought better quality stuff. But she's not even doing that. She's going to Zara and spending £2,500 at Zara. Pardon me. On shite. And it's like, oh, this is like my Chanel. Just wear the Chanel. You can afford it. You've bought it. Wear the damn thing. I got my money's worth. How? You wore it once in a fucking video. How is that getting your money's worth? To me, getting my money's worth is it's fucking threadbare and falling apart. Then I've got my money's worth out of it. Why buy? She could say to people, I was looking on Zara and I saw this, put the picture up, saw this blazer looks just like my Chanel. If you don't want to spend on a Chanel blazer but you like the look, get this one. But no, she has to go and buy that as well and keep it. Why? And her family don't see anything wrong in that. That's it. That's exactly it, Jane. I feel so old because I get really excited sometimes if I switch on and QVC's on and they've got a nice cardigan. It's like, when did I turn into this person? But that's it for me. A new pair of pyjamas or a cardigan and I'm done. I've got clothes in my wardrobe. If I have to go out, I've got clothes to wear. I don't need to buy new clothes. There's nothing wrong with the ones I have. It's insane. Will you all fuck off? I don't know where all the traffic's coming from at fucking 10:30 at night. I've never been a clothes person because I was brought up being told I was fat and ugly, so I always thought I looked awful in clothes. And I remember once my very first boyfriend, I went out because we were going out, and I thought, right, I'm going to go out and buy something new. And I bought this suit. It was like broderie anglaise thing, a skirt and a top to match. It was like a lemon colour. It was beautiful. And when I went and put it on, it was a size 10. And it's like, I'm not a size 10, I'm fat. That's what it is. I want it. And she does that. Do you notice I've been sponsored to tell you about this sale, but I'll tell you when there's only a day left and I've ordered everything I want first. That's not doing it for us, is it? That's doing it for her. Spend, spend, spend. I mean, I know it's probably exciting for her now because it's her money. Hi Tammy, glad you found me. It's her money, so she's saying I can do what I want with it. I earned it. But she forgets when she was spending John's money. Do you know what I mean? It was his money, but it was her money. So now she doesn't have to ask him. She's selfish. She's a narc. They all are. They don't care about anyone else but themselves. It's wrong, isn't it? And then the usual comment tonight. You're jealous. Of what? They come in and they go, you smell, and run away. And it's like, we're not in the playground anymore. You think I'm jealous? Write a proper comment. Tell me what I'm jealous of. Let me have a conversation with you and tell you why I'm not jealous. But they don't do that. They just come in and go, nah, 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 and run away. Children. Did anybody see that thing? I don't think John has a brain, bless him. Either John's living another life completely somewhere else and he's just keeping her quiet. I don't know. But why would he? Is he scared of her dad, do you think? They used to joke on the bakery that Lisa's dad had John's balls in a jar on the mantelpiece. I feel sorry for him because he does everything for her and she couldn't give a flying fuck about him. Did you see how she kept throwing him under the bus in that Like to Know It video? Oh, Marnie's husband, he's such a saint. Really? Whatever. I've decided to go live, Tammy, because this morning Travis went to the hospital because he was really poorly and Jed said, that's it, we've got to do something. He got Jed to drive him to work and Jed said, I'm waiting outside until they tell you you're too sick to work. And he went in and within 2 minutes they'd thrown him out and said, no, go to the hospital. Took him to the hospital and they've admitted him. So I don't know what to do with myself because I'm not there holding his hand. I bet she was flirting with him. I totally guarantee she was flirting with him. But she'd swear blind she wasn't. Yeah, no. Apparently, they said that his... Jed got there, and we call him Calamity Jed. And he's useless. He's got no sense of direction whatever. So he got confused in the hospital. He'd told Travis he was sitting in a chair and he was pushing him whether he liked it or not, and he couldn't find A&E, and this nurse saw him, took one look at Travis and let them go through the bit where the people aren't allowed to go through to get him through quicker because she said he looked like death warmed up. They asked him had he been diagnosed with COPD, which I'm not liking the sound of. I'm hoping they said as well it could just be a really bad asthma attack, but he went in and his oxygen was at 70 or something, so they had him on oxygen and they did 4 nebulizers to try and get him to breathe properly, and they want to observe him overnight because every time the doctor came in his oxygen was dropping again. Even though he was on oxygen, his numbers kept going up and then going down, going up and going down. So, but I'm just glad he's got a decent doctor. There's people actually taking him seriously and he's being listened to, and he had bloods done, which he didn't like because he's never had blood taken before. But the doctor said, oh, don't tell me who his GP is because I may already know. That's what gets me, right? If all the hospital staff know what a shit GP we have, why is nobody doing anything about it? Thank you, Tammy. I'm waiting until we've got away from him before I can complain about him. But why is it, yet again, me fighting about something that other people know about and they're not prepared to do anything about? Why? If everybody knows he's a shit doctor, why aren't the other doctors putting in a report on him? I don't understand. Because Travis went to him and he said, I can't breathe. And he said, well, you look like you're breathing to me. Never got him to do a flow test. Never mentioned asthma. To a degree, Tammy, but they have to be in the area you are. You've only got a certain area that you can pick from. And once you've picked them, that's it. They're your GP. They do everything. And you can't get a second opinion. So it's not like I could go in, see him, say, you're crap. I want to see somebody else. There isn't anybody else. He gave one woman Gaviscon and told her that she had indigestion. She ended up dying of stomach cancer. That's just one story. Ever since we've been there, all we've heard is horror stories. I went in, I was seen... Oh, here we go. Shut up! Is there any need for that amount of noise? I went in for one thing. I think I had to go in to have my meds reviewed. This was years ago. And when I was in there, I said, oh, by the way, my hair's falling out in handfuls. And he went, and pointed at his bald spot. And it's like, oh, right, okay. Thank you. And then Jed was there once in the waiting room, and there was this bloke sat beside him saying how wonderful he thought the doctor was. And Jed said to him, are you paying? And he was like, yeah. And he went, yeah, that's why he's nice. He does private and NHS. And if you're NHS, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He wants you in and out. He wants the numbers, tick in the box, and that's it. He couldn't care about you. He hasn't seen me in 12 years. And I'm diabetic. I complained and said, can you send somebody out to do my bloods so I can find out what my levels are? Why do they cover each other's backsides, though? Like I said to Jed, if I could complain anonymously, I'd do it now. I'd do it this second. I've threatened to do it 1,000 times. But Jed's worried that if I complain about him, what little help I'm actually getting, medication-wise, for my fibro, I won't get if I annoy him. I could possibly end up with somebody, which is a lot of them around here, don't believe fibro exists at all. So you're too scared to say anything. Jed went to see him because he had really bad tinnitus. And he looked in his ear and he said, well, I can't see anything. And so Jed went back again and he said, it's not going and it's driving me mad. Can you do something? And he said, there's nothing wrong with your ear. Then Jed woke up one morning and he couldn't hear anything. So I said to him, go to A&E. We've got no other option but to go to the hospital. And he went to the hospital and the doctor at the hospital said, which part of this is an accident or an emergency? And he said, but I can't hear. And he said, well, go to Specsavers. We didn't know Specsavers did hearing tests. And we thought that if you had a problem with your hearing, you saw your doctor. He went to Specsavers and this young lad had to write a letter to our GP telling him he had to refer my husband to the hospital about his ear. Well, he's lost the hearing in one ear now. Could it have been saved? Who knows? All thanks to that fucker of a doctor that we've got. Yeah, it's all about money, always. Drives me insane though, it really does. And if you complain, it's like there's a tick beside you. Oh, she's the angry fucking overprotective mother or whatever. We'll just ignore her. I got all that when he was in school, when Travis was little, and I was saying I needed help. There was something. And then when I eventually did get a diagnosis, they said, oh, well, he might have a diagnosis, but he won't get any extra help. All I've been doing, as like I said to Jane earlier, all I've been doing since 1996 is fucking fighting for those two kids, my husband and myself. I'm sick of it now. Absolutely sick up to here. I can't do it anymore. Kaylee got fucking kicked off Universal Credit and they want £3,000 back. They overpaid her. Overpaid her £3,000. So me putting money away for my children when I die, so they've got a bit of a buffer, was the wrong thing to do. And now she's being penalised. She's got to pay them £3,000 because she had savings that she didn't even fucking know she had. And then they wonder why I'm stressed. Oh, don't get stressed. It's very bad for your IBS. And your fibromyalgia, yes. Yeah, it just seems like that's all I've been doing, Jane, since the kids were born. All the time. Hi, Kay. Oh, it took me forever to get Travis diagnosed. They just kept fucking fobbing me off. I was saying from age 2, and he finally got a diagnosis at 7.5, I think, 8. It's like you're talking to a wall. And now, because the stress of all of that made me sick, Jed had an accident at work and is disabled. They now think that we're doing this deliberately so we can just live off the government. Do they really think that's what I want to be doing? Really? I often wonder if we'd stayed in Wales, how would Travis have coped with autism and learning Welsh? But the thing is, he probably would have picked it up no problem. Because he was a bright button. He was reading it too. So maybe we should have just stayed. I wish I'd fucking stayed. I don't know why I'm here. Pardon me. Why do they make it so difficult? And then you go in and you say to people, there's something wrong with my child, and they fucking brand you as neurotic. And it's like, no, I can see. And the thing was, it's like I said to Jed, I could have fucking killed him at the time. Isn't it though, Jane? Jed's autistic. I didn't know that. Hi, Midsummer. I didn't know that when I married him. And so I kept saying to him, Jed, this is normal. Travis is doing blah, blah, blah. Wow. Yet they force you to have them, don't they? Okay. I'd come back from parties and whatever, and I'd go, Jed, this isn't normal. Travis, oh, I did that. I did that. I did that. I did that. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it is normal then, because I didn't grow up amongst boys, so maybe that's it. Anyway, eventually, when he got his diagnosis and we went to the doctor to see her for something or another, and Jed was with me, Travis wanted a drink, so Jed took him outside to get something out of the drinks machine, and the doctor just looked at me and she went, you do realise your husband? And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, now it makes sense. He came back in with Travis. The two of us are pissing ourselves laughing. And he's like, what? What did I do? And it's like, now it all makes sense. I did that. Funny. She was an amazing doctor, but she moved away, got another job miles away. I wish I could still see her. She was the only one who understood. There was her and another paediatric doctor that I saw. They're both Indian ladies. And when we used to go and see the other one, Kaylee used to hide under her chair and rub her sari and suck her thumb. And then one day she was wearing one of those saris that wasn't silky. All we heard from under the chair was, that's not right. And it was like she was really pissed off that she didn't have the silky sari on. It's really difficult to get disability in America as well, isn't it, Tammy? I heard that. But somebody was saying that Lardy had a lawyer in the family or whatever, and that's how she got hers for life. And there's nothing wrong with her. In the sense of she could have been working. I still think she has mental health problems, but she could have been doing a job. Any job. But she didn't want to, did she? Yeah. It's the same here. They used to have something, it was called DLA. It was Disability Living Allowance. And I applied for that, and I got turned down the first time because a woman said my feet looked like they'd been walked on. Okay, I didn't know you were supposed to hover when you were sick. Anywho, so I thought, fuck it. And then someone else said, you have to keep reapplying. At that point, I wasn't as sick as I am now. So I thought, right, fuck it, I'll apply again. Anyway, got a bloke who came out who totally understood fibro, knew all the pressure points, knew absolutely everything about it, and knew if I was pulling the lead. So I got it, and I got full mobility and low rate care or something, because I didn't need the care back then. Now, then we got fucking Ian Duncan Smith, who took over the Department of Work and Pensions, and he decided he was going to change everything, and we were going to have PIP, which is a personal independence payment, and everyone was going to be swapped off of DLA to that, so you had to have another assessment. So I had an assessment, and this so-called nurse came out, sat on the end of my bed, spoke to me for 2 hours, smiled, said what a wonderful home we had, went out, told a fucking pile of lies about me, and I was cut off completely, not a penny. So someone said, appeal it. So I did. And to win it, you have to go to the appeal. I wasn't well enough to go to the appeal. And they said, oh, you chose not to go. No, I didn't choose not to go. I'm not well enough to go. So eventually I had to do a Zoom call. It was a 2-hour Zoom call with 3 blokes sat on a panel in front of me and some woman in the corner tutting. They asked me how I wiped my arse, what my vagina looked like because I get cysts, 100 million different things. And then they wrote back and said, oh yes, you can have very low rate care because we don't think you could plan a trip on your own. Nothing about the 12 years I've been stuck in this room, the fact that I can only make it to the bathroom and back, that a shower fucking shatters me for the day. If I have a shower, I can't do anything else. No, none of that. We don't think you could plan a trip. Really. So then I've got everyone on Twitter and oh, you need to appeal, you need to appeal. Why? They don't fucking listen. It's like this thing with Kaylee and her universal credit. She's entitled to it. But because I've put money away for her for when I die, they're saying she's not entitled to it, and they've overpaid her £3,000 and I have to pay that back now. Oh, appeal. I did appeal. And the appeal said they agreed with the first lot. And now apparently there's a thing at the bottom of this that says I can do something else. Thankfully, it was only a few clicks on the computer. Now they've sent me a letter saying, do I want to send in proof? Proof of what? What can I send in proof of? They know the whole story. So that'll come back with, oh, we've agreed with the first person. We investigated ourselves and we did nothing wrong. So I've got him in the fucking hospital, her not getting her money, Jed's fucking spinning out of control because he doesn't know what to do with himself, and I feel like shit because I'm not there looking after my son. Anybody else got something nice they want to talk about? And I've still got that stupid dizzy thing if I turn my head too quick. It's driving me mad. Oh. I remember Travis used to have one in his mouth and he used to rub his nose with the other one. And I said to him, you're going to get a really sore nose. And he really did. I hope he's home tomorrow, Jane. If they keep him in any longer, that's it. I'm going and I'm setting up a tent in the ward. Jed said there was another young lad opposite him, about the same age, who'd got a drain coming out of his side. Poor lad. He's obviously got fluid on the lungs. But he said he was really happy that the staff there were really nice. He said, like, even when Travis had his bloods drawn, they were like, it's okay, look the other way and close your eyes and you won't feel it and it'll be done before you know. Because he was terrified. He's never had bloods done. Thank you, Tammy. Hey you! I haven't seen you in ages. Trying to... It's not... What? Oh, I'm trying to think of your first name and my head's gone daft. It's not Steph, is it? I can't think. Did you move? You said you were going to move somewhere better. I'm hoping that you did. Because I didn't like the sound of that place you were at. Sarah J. Mass, not heard of her. Oh, you're far too intelligent for me, Janice. Spyro the Dragon. Oh, so are you still at the same residential place you were? I lost track with so many people on here from back in the day. I like Spyro the Dragon, though. Isn't that a game? Isn't there a game with Spyro in as well? Big purple dragon. Pangolins are real, aren't they? Aren't they like big armadillos or something? Like I'd know anything. My head... I swear, it's like somebody's got a hand mixer and just stuck it inside my brain and whizzed it a few times. Well, I hope they do get you out. You need some... What's the word? I've got privacy stuck in my head. I'm not... You need... What does he need? Right, I am right then. I'm not losing the plot. The heavy metal version of anteaters. Yeah, you need some... No, what's the word? Well, you can go out and do things on your own without somebody telling you what to do. My head's a shed. I'm purring back at you. YouTube's a hell of a lot different to the days where we all used to chat, isn't it? What is the word I'm groping for? I like heavy metal. I like a bit of Ozzy Osbourne. AC/DC. More into Def Leppard and others. I can't think who. Independence. Thank you, Jane. Jesus, my head's just dead today. You need your independence. See? You two know what you're talking about. I don't. Does whatever an iron can. I love Def Leppard. They're from just up the road from where I'm living now. Def Leppard. I saw this young drummer the other day. It was so cute. He did like a... Oh, for fuck's sake, head work. Like a stop motion thing from when he was 3 to now, drumming. And he was drumming to Def Leppard with one hand because he'd broken his arm. And I thought, oh, that's cute. I'm shit at being around when I make things to be... It's like somebody saying, right, can you be here at 7 o'clock? I can't guarantee I'm even going to be awake. And I hate the fact that I can't just say to people, do you play the keyboard? That yeah, I will definitely be there and do that, because I can't guarantee that. Isn't it though? It was dead cute. And it's like, if he can play with one arm, then, you know, there's bits and bobs that you get where you do more with your feet, isn't there? I've always wanted to be a drummer. Do you know, I can't brush my hair now being a drummer. That's a laugh, isn't it? And it was funny watching him as well. When he started off at 3, you're watching him grow and his kit grow. And it's like, yeah, you can see you're a more competent drummer now, because you've got a big, massive kit where you only had like 3 little things to hit on to begin with. They do. That's exactly what they call it, the keys. Oh, I'm glad you're doing that. Does that get you out and about a bit? Do you have like a bedtime or a coming in time that you have to be home at? See, you don't need that. You're a grown man. You should have your independence now. I remember when I put some money towards you going away to do your drawings somewhere, there was a big thing. I was so happy when they let you go. I was worried that you're oh, that's good. I'm glad you don't. Yeah, I was worried that they wouldn't let you go, but they did, which was good. I'm hoping Travis is asleep, because he obviously got up for work at 4 o'clock in the morning, so he should be sleeping now, I would think. More walking. You should go round the back and climb up the walls. A cat's allowed in the mall. I see. Yeah. Oh, aren't we good? We let him do that. Yeah. I know exactly where you're coming from. See, part of me would once thought that my daughter might do well in like a sheltered housing type thing, so she had more independence. And then on the other hand, I look at things that they've done to you and how they've kept you held in and what held back, and it's like, no, I don't want that. You're allowed a special interest, aren't you? Used to have EMA for college, but it don't exist now. I'm sorry, Midsummer, I don't understand that. Can you believe that this is the person that was going to start a law degree? Got Travis into school and it was like, right, open university, here I come. I can do that while I'm doing everything else. And now, do I know my own name? No. What is with all the traffic? Really? What is going on out there? I've missed you too, honey. We used to bump into each other all the time before. See, now that I've got another channel, I don't know if you know it, it's Exposed by Jools. I spend a lot of time recording for that, so I'm not on this one often. I'm trying to build this channel back up. Well, build it up, I'm saying. I had people that used to watch before. Now I'm lucky if I get 10 views on something. So I'm going to try and work on this channel as well, but it's hard. Told them I do. Is that good? What time is it where everybody is? I find that really interesting. It's 11 p.m. here now. Although it's the same with Jane. Do you have a proper schedule, Jane? Do you get up at a certain time and have a bedtime? Because see, I don't. I just go, oh, that's good, as long as he makes you laugh. I go to bed when I'm tired and get up when I wake up. What's red dye? Is that a drug? You don't need drugs. Oh, that's a nice time, 7 o'clock. try and remember that you're 4 hours behind. Because sometimes I look and I think, oh, it's too late to do a live. Everyone will be in bed. And then it's like, no, because it's like 4 o'clock over there or whatever. 6 o'clock. Same as me, Jane. Ah, yeah, I vaguely remember that, Midsummer. Well, that's a bit weird. Don't go near red dye. It's like, see, the thing, when Kaylee was a baby, they came out with this child trust fund thing. Gordon Brown, the Labour Party, did it. And he gave every child X amount of money, and he said you had to start a child trust fund for them. And if you didn't, the HMRC would do it. So I started this thing for her. And then they were like, what's that? Why has she got that money? Where's that money come from? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it was from the fucking government. Yeah, same here, Jane. She doesn't know you well enough then, does she, if she thinks you're on something? That's me, Jack. If I have a shower, I'm done for. Totally and utterly done for. It's like, I have to sit in a towel for at least an hour or an hour and a half before I've got the energy to put any pyjamas on. It's ludicrous. And yet people think we're living the high life. And then I've had people get, what was it? Your staying in bed thing. You should do something about it. Well, do you think I might? If there was anything to do? Oh, you on caffeine? Yeah, I can well imagine that's not a good mix. It's like Travis on Monster. Do you drink that? God, it's an awful... It's like, what is it with kids now? They don't drink tea or coffee. They live on energy drinks. It's horrible, isn't it, Tammy? And people just don't understand. I need to get you a cat bed. And you can sit in the corner and keep me company. Buried alive, yeah. It's like I keep saying, right, the Pip lied about me and said they think I'm doing this, that and the other. And it's like, right, okay. You know when somebody kills somebody and they track their phone? Track my phone. Find out where my phone has been for 12 years. Sat on a cushion beside me. That I might use to take codes off when I'm ordering stuff. Yeah, stick to tea. Tea's good. It is like being buried alive, though, and you try and tell people. And it's like I was screaming for help on Twitter, and nobody fucking listens. And now, not being funny, there's all these people out there with long COVID going, oh, I'm so fatigued. Oh, I ache. Oh, it's really hard to get benefits. Do you think? Exactly, and now you can't brush your teeth. It fucking sucks, Jane. It really does. What's my favourite Halloween character? I don't even have one. I never really got into Halloween. Nobody gets it, Tammy. They just don't understand. It's like until it happens to them. And there was a nurse who posted on Twitter and said, I used to side-eye people with fibro and treat them really badly because I thought they were all swinging the lead until I got it. And now she wants sympathy. That's funny, Jane. When Jed takes ours for a thing, they say to him, have you been anywhere at all this year? Because it's for emergencies more than anything. And he, with the depression and the paranoia he didn't go out of the house for years. It's ridiculous. You do. I know you do. Some people have empathy and others just don't give a toss one way or the other. Right, let me think. Halloween character. Who would I like? Would Edward Scissorhands be counted Halloween? I liked him. I watched that film. I felt really sorry for him. Yeah, like a brand new car. They keep saying to him they're going to buy it off him. 'Cause the first time he brought it, they were like, "Have you been fiddling with the with the numbers on this?" And he's like, "No, why?" He's like, he got as far as Asda and back a few times in 1 year, and that was it. See, we really needed it in Wales, whereas here we get the food delivered and whatever. The Grinch, but because he doesn't like people. I'd love to give everyone a week of fibro. Not fibro when it started, fibro now. Because they keep saying it's not progressive. Fuck off, it's not progressive. Why do they think people get fucking diagnosed and then disappear and are never seen again? Because we're off out, living the high life on all the benefits we get. Yay! Fuck 'em. And then you see other people screwing the system and it's like, really? That's why we get a bad rap. Because they're out there doing whatever the fudge they like. I like Horton. In Horton, here's a who. I'm as light as a feather. It would be a good costume, wouldn't it? Do they? Yeah, so you can see what it's like. That's the thing. I don't, like Jed said, unless you're living with or you've got a family member who's got it, you don't get it. He's metal, yeah. He's got a really cute face, though, Edward Scissorhands. Who else is there? Could always dress up as an Irish banshee. Remember my aunt's mother and father. We all love the Cat in the Hat. I got some makeup with the Cat in the Hat. It's like a box thing and it's got all different Cat in the Hat makeup things in it. It was really cute. Yeah, I went over on holiday when I was 7, I think. And he was a git. He kept us up half the night going on about the banshee and this, that and the other. Anyway, finally went to bed and there was not dressing gowns hanging up on the back of the door. And with the way the moonlight was coming into the bedroom, it looked like someone stood in the corner of the room. And I'm lying there with my eyes closed going, there's no such thing as ghosts. There's no such thing as ghosts. There's no such... And of course you had to go out to go to the loo or use the pot under the bed. And it was like, no, I'm crossing my legs for the next fortnight. And it was horrible. Anglicised, yeah. I can't pronounce that. Banshee I can pronounce. But yeah, he was telling us all about that. And I remember we had to have a bath, in a tin bath in front of a roaring fire. And his wife used to boil eggs in the kettle. So she didn't waste water. It was cool. And my mum nearly cut her finger off in one of the doors on the ferry going over because it was a horrible crossing and it was one of these big heavy doors and it slammed and everyone was saying to me, where's your mother? And I'm like, I don't know, she went off to get some fresh air or something. And then the next thing you heard, is there a doctor on board? And I went, I bet that's her. And it was. And then the funniest part was, they took her off on an ambulance, took her and had her finger done. We had to fucking arse about with all the cases and what have you and meet her at the hospital. Then we were getting a coach to somewhere else to where her friend was. Was it Offaly? I can't think. Anyway, so we're on this coach and I'm sat with my mum's friend and my mum sat in front of us. And every so often she kept saying, can you hear the chicks? What? Can you hear the chicks chirping? What chicks chirping? What? And my mum's friend's like, ignore her. It's the shock from her finger. She'll be all right in a bit. And she's like, can you not fucking hear the chirp? We're like, no. Then we eventually got where we were going, got up, were walking off, and there was this box on the front seat of these little day-old chicks. And I was like, oh, look at I fucking told you there was chicks on the coach. Piss funny. I bet that was fun. So go on then, Jane, share some. Paracetamol contains wheat flour. Oh, that's a bit shit, isn't it? It should have a warning. They obviously don't. Are you celiac then, Midsummer? Don't you dare think about eating them chicks. But yeah, that was so funny. And my friend's like, next should be saying there's a fucking donkey driving the coach. He's lost the plot. There should be warning on things. That's why I worry about anyone who's got a peanut allergy. If I had a child with a peanut allergy, I wouldn't let them eat anywhere. Because you don't know, do you? Somebody could have popped out for lunch, eaten peanuts, not washed their hands, made something, and boom. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, that's not funny. You should be messing about with people's health. It was at the time, Jane. We were wetting ourselves like, and she was getting more angry by the minute. Then her friend is even funnier, Kathleen, God rest her. She picked us up, and every time she changed gear, she used to have to stop the car. And my mum's like, how the fuck did you pass your test? Oh, I didn't. Annie did it for me. So we decided we went to, where did we go? Galway, right? Went for a day out at Galway. Kathleen's driving. She drives up a one-way road, and the guard's coming down to meet her. And he's like, turn this car around. And she's like, how do you get this thing into reverse? So I wonder she didn't get locked up. Isn't it? I'd be terrified if I had a kid with allergies. I wouldn't let anybody else feed them. Because you don't know what they're doing. And it's like stupid things like you watch Lardy, go and pick shit off of the pee-pee pad, flush it down the toilet, don't wash your hands, come back eating. Unless there's someone stood at the door in these places making them wash their hands twice and put on fucking surgical gloves. You don't know what's going into the food. Is this making anyone else want a drink? Am I on too early for people to have caught this, or do you think people haven't caught this because it's on Jools Voice Over and not on Exposed? Why don't you send me an email? You can email me anytime at chattoexposed@aol.com. I'll put it on here for you. I just typed that and it's not even... Duh. That goes for anybody. If anyone ever wants to email me, how do you get rid of that? I'll have to tip it upside down. You're more than welcome to email me. And don't worry, I will never give anybody's email out or tell anybody what your name is or any of that rubbish that Lardy does when she loses her rag with people. Well, when you're ready, pop. Would they get the notification though, Jane? Because if they're not subscribed to Jools Voice Over. Oh, I put it on thing, didn't I? Yeah, ignore me. Maybe they are. See, I never thought about it being Halloween. Right. I'm wondering, will anybody bother knocking? But we haven't bought a thing anyway, so it's hard when it's on a main road. There's nice little cul-de-sacs around here where people know their neighbours and they could go trick or treat in there, but we don't get them anymore. Like I said, all the kids that were here grew up. I shall show you what Pepsi I am drinking, Midsummer, because it is absolutely gorgeous. It's Pepsi Max Mango. And when it's freezing cold in a can, it's the nicest thing ever. because I don't very often... I'm trying to get it past the bottle of water. I don't very often have sweet things. So this is like my sweet hit. Thank you, Tammy. I hope people know I'm not like that. I mean, even if I fell out with people over the years, and I've never said anything that they've said that I could do. Mango, yeah. It's really nice. Oh, cool. You've got to get it. Really, really nice. I had a can earlier, but Jed's taken the recycling. But yeah, they're doing it in cans and bottles, and it's really nice. If you're in the UK, they've got it at Iceland. I think they've got it at Asda now, but I got it first at Iceland. Yeah, because see, I miss out on fruit as well. I'm not allowed to eat fruit, so that's a fruit hit for me. Oh, well, it's a good idea I didn't decide to go live tomorrow, because there'd be nobody about then, would there? It'd be the 31st, wouldn't it? Just watched the Halloween Strictly. I love Halloween Strictly. Do they dress up for Halloween on Dancing with the Stars? Is it on? It is on at the same time, isn't it? Because Len used to, and Bruno used to do the two and fly backwards and forwards. So, do they dress up for Halloween on that? You always have much better dancers on Dancing with the Stars as well. Oh, well, that's a pain, isn't it? Because I looked, didn't I? Was it you I looked for? And I said maybe it isn't real mango, but it is actual mango flavouring, which is annoying if you're allergic to mango. I need the caffeine. If I don't... Am I still on? It said it reconnected and then it disconnected and reconnected. Just want to check. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? And don't give me a thumbs up because I'm not on that page. I wouldn't see it anyway. You keep losing me. Yeah, it said it lapsed and now it's back. Is it back okay, Tammy? You see me now? Cool. It was something my end. I don't know why it did that. It doesn't normally do that. Shall we have a look and see? Wow, there's 4 people. That's mad, isn't it? How many does Lardy normally have? She has thousands, didn't she, watching her? Oh no, I've lost the chat. Where's that gone? Thank you, Jane. Right, let's pop this out again. Why have I got the theme tune of Inspector Gadget stuck in my head? Oh, I hope I'm not too loud in your ear holes, though. It's now coming to the weather of voice over time. I'm going to have to start doing some auditions, see if I can get another book. I was supposed to be doing, what was it called? Chris and Her Daughters for Stevie B. But he's off on tour at the moment with his music, so I need to find something. I might find something to do. But I want to read things back on here again. The reason I stopped doing it was because of the noise. But once I shut the window and put the blind down and that, it's normally pretty good. You don't get much background noise. Because I was able to do the 2 books and they were okayed for Audible. So thank you. That's what makes me laugh though. I watch this bloke, catch him every so often, and he does it full time, voiceover work. And the majority of the people that watch him and that are American. He's American. And then when you go on ACX, the site, to audition, most of the books, they want Americans. So it's usually pretty hard for me to find a book to audition for. And then obviously if I'm auditioning for it, there's 10 million other English people auditioning for it. But people come on there and they're like, what mic do I need? What soundproofing do I need? What should I do in my room? What DVX box or something should I have? What this should I do? What that should... And it's like, if you knew that I just sat on my bed and used an online thing to check it to see if it's okay after I've recorded it. I haven't got any big equipment or a room to myself that sound thinged or whatever, and it's like people overthink things, and it's like, just try it from where you are before you go out start buying 9 million different things to use. You don't need them. I'm proof of that. I've done 3-4 books and I haven't needed any extra equipment. It's weird though when I go on Amazon and I type in Jools King and I pop up and it's like, ha! Who'd have thunk it? It was Darlene. Does anyone remember Darlene? Tabitha Jane. She was the one who kept saying to me, you need to do something, you need to do something. You could read a shampoo bottle. And Jed's been saying that since day dot, but he's my husband. He's supposed to like my voice. And then somehow, by fate, I wrote a short story, and then I saw Stevie's story and I said, do you mind if I read this on YouTube? And he was like, no, carry on. And it was really kind of him. And then he contacted me and he was like, oh, can you do this and can you do that? And he really liked my voice, and it was like, oh wow. But that's the thing, it's like I said to Jed, it's like listening to music or anything. You have to like a person's voice. And when I asked this woman I auditioned for her, no, a woman I hadn't auditioned for, that was it. She was on Twitter, and I said to her one day, just curious, how do you pick the people that you use to narrate your books? And she said, if I get goosebumps when I hear them, I know I've got the right person. So it's like, So it's the same as us listening to music, if we like the sound of it. Have I gone off again because no one's talking? Where's my thing? My nails keep hitting the letters on the computer, and it's like it's starting to wear it off. On the... What's the arrow up one for? So I have to keep colouring it in with a Sharpie. Colour in. I think that'll do. I'll put another bit on later. But I started doing 2-minute stories where I was reading songs, and it's really weird when you listen to a song being read rather than sung, how much more you hear. It's really funny. Okay, Jane, no worries. I hope you have a wonderful sleep and that you wake up totally refreshed tomorrow. Thank you, Tammy. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I like that. I love it when people say you made me laugh or you calmed me down. You put me to sleep. I love that. That sounds amazing, Midsummer. Thank you. If there was any way of doing it through thingy, Amazon, I'd love to have a PO box so people could write to me in that and send me like Christmas cards or whatever, or postcards when they're on holiday. That'd be really cool. but it costs a fortune and it's miles away and it's absolutely pointless. And with Jed's paranoia, I can't give anybody my home address, so... You don't very often hiss or growl, though, do you? You're a good cat. I'm going to put the fan on for a bit. It's ridiculous. I need the hood up because of the draft, but I'm hot. The weather seems to be warming up a bit. Thank you, Jane. I hope he is home in the morning as well. Jed sat there ready to go pick him up when he rings, and it's like, they should just be overnight, shouldn't it? They shouldn't need to keep him any longer than that. He's such a stubborn sod, though, do you know what I mean? It was like, you know, and that's the thing, we were scared about going to the hospital because of what happened to Jed. They're like, what have you come here for? Because we've got nowhere else to go, that's why. Hopefully he'll come home with an inhaler and he'll be well, and we can keep him home for a few days off work to get himself sorted and eat something, because he hasn't been eating either. The weight's dropped off him. They don't tell you this when they hand you a baby in the hospital, do they? Oh, you're going to spend the rest of your days worried, panicky, guilt-ridden. Where are we now? How long have I been on here? See, if I go and look, I lose everything again. Anyone got any idea? Oh, hang on. If I scroll back, will it tell me what time the first message was? Nope. It's a bit far in now to be saying it, but people were saying when they watched it afterwards that they couldn't see the chat, but it seems it takes YouTube a long time to upload the chat to go with a live. Let's think. Oh, that's not too long, is it, Jane? Not like the 9 hours Lardy does. Screaming at everyone. I'm the best one at lives. How can she be the best one at lives if she gets so stressed out over everything? And she can't just read something and ignore it. She has to shout back at everybody. Pardon me, what day is it? I have no clue. Monday. So it's... Oh. Why did I think it was Sunday? I think Travis said he's supposed to be in work Tuesday and Wednesday, so that must mean he's off Thursday. So if I can get him to stay home until Friday and just get Jed to fill him up with pasta, he might put a bit of weight back on. And he said, oh, I keep saying to him, do you want this, do you want that? And it's like, when you're sick, you don't feel like eating, do you? Every day feels like a Sunday to me, midsummer. I don't know any of the days anymore. And it's like when someone comes in and go, oh, that happened 3 years ago. I'm like, what? Only seems like yesterday. Talking of yesterday, that was sad, wasn't it? About Matthew Perry. That really upset me. 54. So sad. They said he'd been playing pickleball and then he went home and he asked his assistant to pop out for something. And when his assistant got back, he was dead. I hate hearing people of that age dying. It's like, that. What? You've just got to the part of your life where you know what you're doing and you can, live. And then that happens. It's like, Whitney Houston and all of them. Do you know what I mean? It's such a waste. Alright, back to Halloween. If I had to get dressed up as somebody and go out, who would I... Cher just popped into my head. Why would I want to dress up as Cher? You can dress up as anything though. It doesn't have to be spooky, does it? But who would I dress up as spooky? Maybe Wednesday Addams. I like her outfit. Or Morticia. I'm not thin enough to be Morticia. And I'm certainly not tall enough. Are you going out trick-or-treating? Any of you? Any of you getting dressed up and going out? I wonder where Bonnie is. And then there's another one who keeps shouting at me because they miss my lives. And it's like, I don't know what time zone they're in. I hate it though when I do like an impromptu live and then I get all the, oh damn it, I wasn't there. And it's like, shit, I'll catch you next time. And then I do another one and I don't catch them. And it's like, maybe they don't want to be here. But I keep thinking there must be a... At some angles, Lisa looks like Cher. She does, doesn't she? Who's she? You going to go pop over and say hello, Jane? Tell her I said hi, if you go over there. It is though, isn't it, Tammy? It's like such a waste of life. And it'll be a huge hit to people because Friends was a big part of their lives, you know what I mean? There's people out there that can name every single episode and what happened and all the rest of it. And Jason Hughes. Elvira. I wish I could wiggle my nose like that girl on Bewitched and get things done. Jason Hughes. Oh, okay. None of the people that had watched me would be there, though. I don't think. I think it's a different pile of people that watched Steph. I'm trying to figure out who Jason Hughes is now. I'm going to have to go and look. What does he act in? It's from Porthcawl. Midsummer Murders. This Life. The Pact. No, I can honestly say I have no clue who he is. He was in The Pact. Hang on, I watched The Pact. Who was he in The Pact? Max. That doesn't help at all. Maybe if I actually saw him, I might fathom out who he was. Why have I got two lots of chat? Right, let's shut that down. Go back there. It's like playing Tetris. Pop it out. Move it over here. Honestly. Yeah, all ours have grown up, Tammy. We don't get them anyway. Oh, Bonnie, yeah, she could be there. I think that's the only one, though, isn't it? You and Bonnie that actually go. There might be one other. Oh my God, me too. What, Tammy? Sorry, I've lost you. Has he been in anything else that's really popular? Midsummer. I can't even. I looked at his picture and the one when he was in the pact, and I can't remember. But see, that's me. I don't remember things like that. But then I'll start watching it and go, "Oh yeah, that's you." Or I do that old person thing. You know, you start watching something and you're like, "What were they in?" And you spend the whole episode trying to figure out what they were in rather than watching what you're watching. It's quite funny, actually. Jed and I used to do that all the time. Now we have the power of Google. Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. So we can Google it. Tell your kids now, they've got no idea how lucky they are. What did we get? Look in an encyclopedia. Mum, how do you spell that? Look it up in the dictionary. How can I look it up if I don't know how to spell it? Now it's just Alexa or Cortana, whoever. The Crow. Yeah, if they're films, I'm not a big film watcher. Jed's the film watcher. I'm the TV buff. Because I can only do things in small chunks of time. Otherwise my mind wanders and I've got no idea of the plot. It's like, don't ask me about The Matrix. I have no clue what was going on in that film. All I remember is Neo in a long leather coat. That's it. That reminds me of me, Tammy. I forgot. Yeah, what were you saying? Oh, who knows? Could have been anything. It's like when I'll do a video and like if I'm feeling up to it, I'll do as many as I can in a day and I'll schedule them. And then I'm like weeks ahead or something and someone makes a comment and they go, I thought that as well. And I'm like, what? What did you think? Give me a clue. Oh, don't worry, Tammy. I'm exactly the same. I can't remember what I'm saying halfway through a sentence sometimes. I'll start talking then I've totally forgotten what it was I was saying, as you will see in many videos. And they say fibro fog isn't a thing. Yeah, it is. Nobody's this fucking forgetful and stupid. 11:30. I'll stay on till 12, I think. But then I'm just going to sit here tapping my finger until it gets to 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever. 7. What time do they wake you up in hospital? I can't remember. I was going to get Jed to bring in a fleece or something, because I remember when I was in there having Kaylee, I was fucking freezing. It was a horrible ward, and they put me in a bed right next to the window, and it was fucking freezing. So I said to him, I was talking to him on Messenger, and I said, are you cold? And he went, surprisingly no. And it was like, right, either it's really hot there then. I watched Marcella. Vincent Whitman. Right, let me look that up. Why can't it? It just doesn't. That's not. I've watched it. I've watched The Pact. I've seen him, obviously, but he's obviously not stuck in my head for some reason. It is awful, isn't it, Tammy? And it's like, if you're amongst people that don't understand, they look at you like you're mad. Like, I can be saying in the middle of something, and Travis, bless him, he'll just stand in the doorway waiting for me to find the word I was groping for. And then in the end, I'll say to him, no, can you help? And he'll like, because they don't want to be shouting things at me and it's the wrong thing. I mean, if my videos aren't proof to the pit people how fibro has affected my life, I don't know what would fucking convince them. Cog fog. It's true though. It's like, yeah, my cogs need oiling. They're not moving at all. They get to a certain pit. Yeah, cognitive fog. They get to a bit and they just stop. Right, let me go and look again. Vincent Whitman in Marcella. Marcella was one hell of a ride, wasn't it? I loved that. It's funny when you think Um, she was the first lesbian kiss on telly. Marcella. Show a video thing. Let me see images. Yeah, it's still not jumping out. His face looks vaguely familiar, but it's like, why do I not remember him? I keep meaning to watch Midsummer Murders, so maybe that'll cement him in my head as an actor I like, but I have a list of actors and actresses that I like, and I put them on a wish list on the box, and then if they're in something it'll pop up, but he isn't in my list of actors. I wonder why. Have you watched Faith, Midsummer? With, I don't know what her name is now, that other Welsh actress. She's amazing. I'm going to put that on my list of things to watch. I'm doing a list on Exposed of... Never heard of Faith? Oh, you need to watch Faith. Faith's brilliant. Set in Wales. She's a lawyer. She's married to a lawyer. And I'm not telling you anymore. I'll do a video now that I think of it, and I'll add it to the list. Have you seen the list I've done on... It's a playlist on Exposed, and it's of all the TV programmes that I like. You might find one on there that you haven't watched. But Faith is really good. I think they did 3 series, and it could have run and run and run, but they decided not to. And then all the music from it, I follow the girl on YouTube that did the music. She's amazing, Amy Wadge. That's a really good watch. Something's coming back up on my box. I've watched the first series, obviously, because I've got a series link, and I saw that it was going to be recording in a few days, and I've got no idea what it is. I hate it when that happens. Oh, here's series 2 of... It's like, don't remember watching series 1. What's it called? Oh, Shetland as well. That's coming back, but without that bloke in it. Sad to see him go, but I do like Shetland, so I'll continue to watch that. Every time I watch Shetland, I spend the next week Googling houses for sale in Shetland because it looks amazing. Where's the thing? Time. And I've no idea what it is. It's on BBC One. I don't know what it is, what's about. I've got no recollection of watching the first series. I even went and called up the first series info thing and read the info, and I'm like, nope, don't know it. I don't know what it is. I obviously watched it, but I don't know what it is. 9 to 15, right, I'll remember that. I do want to watch that though, and I need to watch more, so I've bought the box set years ago, and I never got around to watching it, and then I finally saw the end of Endeavour, and I feel good now that I've watched Endeavour first, and now I can watch Morse. And I want to watch Frost as well with David Jason, and that's actually on ITVX, the app, so I can watch it on there. But I need to add Faith to my list of things for people to watch. Have you watched Midsummer Murders from the start? I Trying to think of anything I watched that was really long like that. Only like EastEnders and Corrie and stuff like that. That goes on for years on end, doesn't it? Can't think of anything else that's had that many, like, God knows how many series. Now I need a wee. Does anyone want to bother waiting while I go to the loo and come back? If you have to go in the meantime, no worries at all. But I'm just going to pop to the loo, and if you're there when I come back, we can carry on talking. If not, thank you so much for keeping me company, and I will see you in comments, no doubt. But I will be back in a minute. You don't mind? Is that waiting for me? Thank you, Midsummer. Right, whoever's going to wait, thank you very much. Don't worry about your typing, Tammy. I've been like that the last few days as well. Typing every letter next to the letter that I wanted to type for some reason. Thank you for waiting for me. I truly appreciate that. It is an addiction though, isn't it? When you get started on something and then you don't want to give up on it. I don't know. I think Shetland's been running for a while. I'm not sure how many series it is. But it's like that. I know something that I watched for years and years and years. Only Fools. Only Fools and Horses. And that's one of them things that you can rewatch. Night night, Tammy. Thanks so much for keeping me company. See you again sometime soon. Is Faith only on Sky? Let me check. I don't know. It wasn't on Sky because I haven't had Sky in a long time. damn it, you have to pay for it now. Hang on, all watch options. Well, that's shit. Amazon Prime, but you have to pay. If you've got Amazon Prime, why should you have to pay? You can watch on YouTube, Google Play or Apple TV. But it was on BBC One, so why do we have to pay for it now? Is it on the iPlayer? Let me check the iPlayer. Because it's keeping Faith. I was just calling it Faith, so maybe that's why. Who's that there? Time. See, now I like that actress. But I don't know why. I can't remember it at all. Right. No, it's not coming up. Oh, well, that's just annoying. I can't tell people to watch it if they can't bloody watch it, can I? Let's Google it. For free. Disney Plus. It's on Prime. Oh, hang on. Welsh shows Hinterland and Keeping Faith are both available on Netflix. Right, I've got a thing here because I was watching Sheridan Smith in that TV thing. That's TV thing.
I don't give a damn if he's 15.
Shut up!
Elias Mannix has just waged war on every copper in this country.
How do I shut you up? Thank you. God, that was loud, wasn't it?
I don't give a damn if he's 15. Elias Mannix has just waged war on every copper in this country.
Can I shut you up that way?
Not only is he likely responsible for the murder on Long Harvest Lane, but...
Well, I can't see it.
The fact...
Why is it not... Oh, well, that's just shit. I'll have to do a proper look for it before I do the video. Damn, because it's really good. Yeah, it was on BBC, so it's not on the iPlayer, so it won't be on ITVX. It was BBC Wales, as far as I know, that put it on. Because it's set in Wales and they're Welsh and what have you. Sorry, I'm giving you earache banging that. But it was one of those that kept you on your toes because you didn't know what was happening. Damn it. I'll try and find it though, Midsummer. If I don't put up a Watch Faith, you'll know I haven't found it. That's annoying. And it's like now I've watched things and then the series link pops up and then I go to try and watch the second series or whatever and it says I can't watch it because I don't have that channel anymore, because when the electric fucking quadrupled in price for no good reason, I had to get rid of a load of channels that I had on Virgin and just have the basic so that we've got broadband, because if I don't have broadband with 3 autistics, all holy hell will break loose. So I did that and cut a load of channels off, not thinking about stuff that I was watching, and so I've missed a load of second and third series of things or whatever because I don't have that channel anymore. And now it's like there's everything in there. BritBox, this thing, that thing, pay for this, and they want $5.99 a month for everything, and you've got to pay for 5 million different things, and it's like, no, I just want everything in one place. I shouldn't have to keep going here, there, and oh no, pay however much it is for Prime and then pay on top to watch a programme. Really? Why? Pardon me. That's just stupid. The originals. Let me go and have a look then. There's ITVX. I've been watching Big Brother on there. Oops. They've got the original Vandervalk on there. I watched Vandervalk. The new one, it's good. Ooh, that looks interesting if you're into vampire-y things. I'm not really a vampire-y fan. I think the only thing I've ever watched is The Lost Boys. Is that just for that one? Series 1. 22 episodes in Series 1. That's cool. See, there's loads of things to watch, but it's remembering to go on to the app and look for stuff. See, I'm old school. I like having it recorded on the telly so that when I finish on the computer, I can just relax then and watch stuff on the telly. Wasn't there another really big vampire-y TV show? I can't think what it was now. It's not something they make a lot of, is it? Which is a shame if you're into that sort of thing. Did you watch The Waking Dead? I didn't watch that. See, zombies and vampires and stuff like that, I'm not really into that. I like a good story. I know they have a story base in them, but it's, yeah, doesn't keep me interested. Did you watch the Twilight things? They were huge, weren't they? That was a real Marmite thing, wasn't it? You either loved it or hated it. It's like Harry Potter. I couldn't get into that either. Everyone used to say Travis looked like Harry Potter when he was little. It was funny. If I can find a picture of him, see. When Travis was little, we had actual photographs. It's Kaylee that I've got in digital photos, but I had him in. But he had little round glasses and the same dark hair and that, and everyone used to call him Harry. And he used to get upset. My name's not Harry. And then there was a little girl over the back. She couldn't get to grips with his name, and she used to call him Travelis. And that's what we do now when we're shouting him. It's like, Travelis! Fuck off. Right. What about that other thing? Wasn't there a film? There's a huge film. In fact, was it? No. Not the Vampire Diaries. What was it called? Something. Interview with a Vampire. Have you watched that? With Brad Pitt and somebody. That was supposed to have been really good. I remember at Butlins having a poster of the Lost Boys up on the wall. And I used to say that we were the Lost Girls because we rarely slept. There's not a lot, is there, though, if you're into that? It's very few vampire-y programmes. And you'd think this time of the year that they'd put more out and have more spooky stuff. Maybe sometime in the future they will. The UK's not big on Halloween and spooky, are they? Get there eventually. Like I said, I never took my two out. It was go and knock on a stranger's door and ask them for sweets. Nope. I mean, people don't. They're like, oh, it doesn't really bother them. Yeah, it does. We had. Who did we have? When the person came to chop the tree down, he came in to talk to my husband, and Travis wouldn't go downstairs. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And he went, there's a man in the sitting room. And I'm like, just walk past him. And he's like, no, I'm waiting till he's gone. Do you think eventually it'll be free? There's piratey things here and there if you can find them to watch stuff on. I've got so far with Outlander and I can't watch the rest of it now because they've bunged it on Prime and paid for or something, and it's like, fuck's sake, why do they have to do that? Mess about with things. Leave it where it was and put it there. Not everyone's got all this amount of money so they can pay, I don't know, fucking £2 an episode to watch something on Prime, and then pay $5.99 for BritBox, and then pay whatever else for Sky or Virgin, and then, do you know what I mean? It all bloody adds up. Where are you supposed to get all that money from? What do these do? Whee! They're cute. They should have little things in them now, shouldn't they? This time of the year, little pumpkins. Let me just look. No, I've not seen that. But that's the thing, every time you wake up there's a new app. Oh, come watch telly on this app. I want to watch it on my telly. I don't want to have to be on the computer watching on different apps that aren't on my television. There's a new television out. The Sky Television sounds really cool. And you can pay for it monthly or something. £14 a month or something. Sounds good. Let me just check, see if Travis said anything. No. I'm hoping he's asleep. He must be knackered by now. He got up for work. Why am I there? For some reason, I click something called Wild Tangent Games, and they've got a load of spooky games on there if you bought. I don't know if you have to pay for them. Sweet Holiday Jigsaw's Trick or Treat, Royal Romances, The Power of the Chosen One, Hidden Object, Gloomy Tales, One Way Ticket, Collector's Edition. Oh, I don't know what it is, but if you're bored, where's the thing? Yes, that's the one, Sky Glass. Looks quite cool though, if everything's in it. Because I've had my TV for donkeys, and because I used to leave it on at night as a nightlight, because I'm a child, it's now got an image burnt into the corner from somewhere, QVC or somewhere or another, and I know it's going to go pop soon, and I keep looking for new ones. Like, there's a thing as well that I watch TV on called STV, and it's Scottish television, and they have some really cool bits on there, but every so often they have a competition for whoever's watching the most episodes of something, and they can win a telly. So I put Brookside on and leave it playing, hoping that I'll win a telly. I never win, but I know I'm going to need one soon. But that looked interesting. And their broadband sounds good now. I think when I get to the end of my contract with Virgin, I will definitely be rethinking about Sky, possibly, because Virgin have been a pain in the hole. Their broadband's good, but they keep changing the prices, keep putting the prices up every 5 minutes, and it's like, look, you sign on at a price, it should be that to the end of the contract, but apparently they can change the price whenever the hell they feel like, so. I wonder if there's anything else. Boop. Right, so let's get rid of that. I don't know what. Hang on, let's go backwards. What did I click on? Do you ever do that? It's on YouTube, so what the hell did I click on that took me there? It still says 4 people are watching, are they? Who's the 4 people? if you're watching, say hello. I don't bite. It's like Matt put that on a thing. Oh, lardy, come back. We won't bite. I put, yeah, but we might. Yeah, wasn't it 14 to start with, though, that Sky Glass thing? Let me look it up. Because it sounds like a pretty good deal. How long are you paying £40 a month for, though? 55, 65, 43. Go for the 55. Let's see what happens there. Six speakers, Dolby Atmos, 3 sizes, 4K UHD with Sky inside, no dish, no box, no fuss. See, I like the sound of that. Small, medium and large. Right, 48 monthly payments from £19 a month. Or £949 once, or 24 at 38. So 2 years at £38 a month. But don't you have to pay for Sky on top of that then? I'd need to look into it more. Oh, and if you're on top cashback, you can get £110.50 cashback, which isn't bad. So that you can put that towards the deli. Movie man. I love the big pink hand. Where did you find that? Hi baby Voss. Oh, thank you. I used to say before, I can't imagine anyone wanting to listen to me talk for ages, but people do. We were just talking about a Sky TV, movie man. It's £14 a month for 6 months or something, and then £40 a month. Sounds really interesting. But then, don't you have to pay for Sky on top? Well, I saw an advert the other day for their broadband, and it was a really decent price. It was cheaper than Virgin, so when it's time to switch over, I think I need to... Oh, thank you. I think I need to check out Sky when it's time to updo. Do you know any good vampire movies? The movie man. Midsummer's a vampire fan. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it, baby? I don't understand. It does sound great, doesn't it? I like the sound of it. And there's no boxes, no arsing about. It's all done by broadband, so might be time to swap when I get to the end of this contract. But that's the thing I was saying earlier, baby, as well, is you're paying for whatever. So like over there you've got Hulu and this thing and that thing and the other thing and Sky and Virgin and whatever, and it's like pay so much for this one, pay so much for that one, pay for a yearly thing for Amazon Prime, but then pay individually for programs you want to watch, pay for, and it's like, what the fuck, why can't we just have everything in the one place? It'd be so much easier. But then they wouldn't be able to screw us out of every penny we have. Spectrum, and the basic is the heart's in the way. 120. Is that? That's not a month, is it? 120 a month. That can't be right. I have to wait for somebody else. Hang on, let me say something, and then it moves your thing up. $120 a month. Oh, that's insane. Sod that. I just, like I was saying earlier, here the electric went apeshit and they decided to quadruple the price just because they felt like it. So I had to cut down on other things so that we could pay the electric. And I pay £49 a month to Virgin now for like some basic channels and the broadband. How are you supposed to afford that? And then they want you to pay for other streaming things. Exactly, Midsummer. I'm buying a flash telly with everything in it so I don't have to go out, and you're giving me free cinema tickets. And your internet. But still, I pay $49, so that's like half of that. And some. I can't remember the last time I went to the cinema was at Butlins. No, I'm lying. Ugh, bloody itchy nose. I went to see Jurassic Park with my husband in Wales. His mother came up for a visit and she said we could go out, very big of her. And she was going to look after Travis, and when we came home we found out she hadn't been watching him at all, that my husband's sister had to. 30 Days of Night is a creepy vampire movie. Have you watched that, Midsummer? Hi Bonnie, you're never late. Were you at Steph's live? Is she okay? How's she doing? Oh, you've seen it. Right. She's seen that one, movie man. Think of another. I'm saying she. I'm assuming you're a she. You could be a man. You've got a man in your thing. Ignore me if you are. You know what I'm like, and I'll probably never remember anyway. I was saying I'm not a big vampire-y fan. The only film I remember is Lost Boys. 30 more days of night. $60 more days of 30s nights. Yeah, she did one earlier. I don't know if she's still on, Bonnie. Jane said she was on, and because I was saying nobody knows I'm on because I'm on Jools and not Exposed, but I did put a notice up on Exposed, and I was saying, you know, maybe people didn't see it, and she said maybe they were in Steph's live. What time is it with you, Bonnie? Is it silly o'clock there, or is it a normal time? Yeah, I came on here to distract myself. Bram Stoker's Dracula, yeah, that's going back a bit, isn't it? I came on to distract myself, Bonnie, because they admitted Travis to hospital today. So I'm trying to keep myself amused until they let him out tomorrow, hopefully. 5 o'clock. See, it's normal time of the day. See, I need to remember that and come on later. But I keep thinking, oh, everyone will be in bed now. You're a she. Cool. Right. True fan of Jason Hughes. True Blood series 1 to 7. Holding. Yeah, that was a big thing, wasn't it? True Blood. Yeah. Did they have that here? Thank you, baby. I know, Bonnie. And I'm feeling useless. So I'm here, trying to keep my mind off it. Like I said earlier, I'm hoping he's asleep because he got up at 4 for work. So he should be asleep. Did you see Midsummer? Did you see the makeup that came out for True Blood? And they had like the corset thing, and I wanted to get it even though I hadn't watched the series, but the packaging looked really cool. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it, trying to get it out of your head and doing something else, but hopefully he will come out feeling better than he went in. And we'll finally have an answer, seeing though our shit of a doctor doesn't give a fuck. Kept fobbing him off. You look like him breathed to me. Tell you, if I had my health, he wouldn't be fucking breathing, that's for sure. The books are usually better as well. I read Amityville Horror. I loved it. And then I went and watched the film and it was like, oh, that's a bit shit. Didn't scare me at all. He has been sick a long time, Bonnie, and it's been a fucking nightmare trying to get our doctor to do anything. So Jed took him to work this morning and said, I'm not leaving until they tell you you're not working today because you look like death. And they sent him out and they said, no, you need to go to the hospital. And they went to the hospital and they admitted him straight away. I know the name. I don't know if I've watched anything with Gary Oldman in. The movie man would know. And he's lost more weight and everything, Bonnie, so... He hasn't been able to breathe and he keeps having an attack. He keeps throwing up. He hasn't been eating. And he gets where he can't breathe and it looks like an asthma attack. So he went to the doctors. The doctor didn't even do a flow test with him and said, oh, you look like you can breathe to me. So gave him some antibiotics. They worked for a bit and then he was back to normal. So then the doctor sent him for a chest x-ray and that was clear. And then he's just been, every so often he's getting worse and worse and worse. He's okay for a couple of days and then he's like grey in the face and he can't breathe. So they checked him today and I think they said his oxygen was at 70 or something. So they gave him a high dosage of oxygen and 4 nebulizers to try and get him to breathe. Yeah, so I haven't watched that either, Midsummer. Like I said, I'm not a great film person. No. I haven't seen that, Natalia Grace. Have you watched the Curious Case of Natalia Grace movie, man? Oh, he is a complete arsehole, Bonnie. Totally. They did ask him had he been diagnosed with COPD, baby. But our doctor hasn't diagnosed him with fuck all. So I'm hoping it's just a severe asthma attack and that he'll be okay with a pump, but we're waiting to find out. But it's horrible watching your child and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? You just want to fix it and you can't fix it. I'm really glad that the hospital took him seriously though, because his doctor doesn't, so... So we're sat here twiddling our thumbs until tomorrow, hoping that we'll get a phone call in the morning and he's coming home. With an answer would be helpful. Yeah, Bonnie, I was. But that's the thing though, I mean, you go there and they're really arsey with you. Like I was saying earlier, when my husband went with a problem with his ear, they were like, what part of this is an emergency or an accident? And they sent him home and it's like the doctor wasn't listening to him and now he's lost the hearing in one of his ears and it's like, oh great, you know, like no one gives a fuck. They are if they actually assess you. Did you hear him in that video, Bonnie? Is that the video I did where I was saying I could hear him? But he's like coughing his guts up and he can't eat, he can't breathe. And we were worried about bringing him to the hospital because they kept saying they're like really arsey and there's like an 8-hour wait for anything or longer. But when Jed took him today, they took him straight in because they said he looked terrible. And he's stubborn. Right, I think I was doing a video where I had to stop and go and see because he was really bad. And the only thing I had that I thought might help him breathe a bit better was Vicks. And he said all it did was make him feel cold. Byzantium. Have you watched that one, Midsummer? He is 27. But he's autistic. So in my head, he's always 6, which he hates. But yeah, it's hard. So he's not great with strangers, and he's never had a blood test, and everything terrifies him. So it's like that's going to make his breathing worse. The stress of having to go into the hospital. But they were really nice, my husband said. So exactly, they don't want to go. It'll be fine. Tomorrow I'll be great. Tomorrow I'll be great. And it was like, no, it was a culmination of my husband and work both saying you're going to fucking hospital whether you like it or not, that he actually gave in and went. It's like I knew he'd given up when he let me put Vicks on him, because I was like, do you want some on the front as well, on your chest? And he was like, because it's like it got to that point where he was like, oh, cut my arm off if it makes me feel better. I don't care what you do anymore now. I've had enough. It's the not knowing as well. It's waiting for them to decide what it is. And see, I'm like this when he goes out for a night out. I'm worried about him coming home. I sit here waiting until the key's in the door, and it's like, great. But now I know he's not coming back. He's in that bed over there when he should be in that bed over there. Do you know what I mean? But I do hope he just gets a diagnosis and some help. Hospitals aren't fun for anybody, are they? You don't want to be there. You want to be in your own bed. You always feel better in your own bed. Pardon me. At least he didn't have to wait 9,000 hours. Oh, bless him. Is that where you have to bang his back to get mucus out of it, or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, my husband said Travis was like panicking when they were saying they needed bloods doing, because he's never had bloods done, and it's like, you're going to stick a needle in my arm. And I'm so glad that he got nice people, and they weren't like, oh, for fuck's sake, you're nearly 30, pull yourself together type thing. They were really nice to him. I think she's covering it, Bonnie, but I think she is too, yeah. She doesn't like it when people are out of the house. And she hears him coughing and moaning and things, and she worries about him, and it's like, now he's not here, he's coughing and moaning somewhere else. And I think we'll all feel a lot better when he's home. So that is cerebral palsy then, yeah. I was saying earlier, Jed said there was a young lad in the bed opposite and he had a drain in his side. That must be really painful, having fluid on the lungs and having to have that drained off. I bet he's going to feel 1,000 times better when that's done. See, that's the one thing. And it panics you then when you can't breathe. Like, I went through a phase where I was waking up in the middle of the night and it was obviously acid reflux, and I was like and I couldn't get my breath, and I used to be hanging out the window, and Jed didn't know what to do with me. Anyway, eventually it went away. But it's like, if you can't breathe, that's a basic thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And it's bound to be really scary if you can't catch your breath. I think she's gone away. You still here, Midsummer? Movie man's looking for vampire films. I couldn't think of the name of them then. If I missed something, who passed away? Natalia Grace. School counsellor, that's cool. That's the thing, and they're buggers for getting enough rest, aren't they? They think they can run on a can of Monster for a week, and it's like, no. You need to stop and relax and sleep. See, the thing with Travis as well is he wanted to go to work because the thing is here, if you don't show up for 2 days, that's it, you're sacked and they get somebody else. And he really likes this job. So he's persevering and going in, but thankfully today they were like, nope. So he can relax a bit now, knowing that they know he's really poorly and that's why he's not in. Oh yeah, of course we are, we're nagging at them, yeah. They know everything, we know nothing. Yeah, I'm just wondering, because Midsummer said someone passed away in 2009, and I'm not sure who she was referring to. Right, I'm going to have to look that up now, because I've got no clue who it is. We like true crime. Oh, hang on. Yes. One of the crime people I watched did it. When she was a little girl that was left to live on her own. Her parents these people adopted her, and then they said that she was lying about her age or something. She hasn't died, has she? It'd be a good excuse, won't it, Bonnie? I can't come in, I'm in hospital. I'm hoping that he'll take the next few days off as well and just say, look, I need to sort myself out before I go back throwing stock about. Yeah, that was a really weird story. I mean, they were saying, oh, they woke up in the night and she was stood at the end of the bed with a knife, and it's like, oh, give over. If she was going to do something, she'd have done something before you woke up, wouldn't she? How can you just leave a child on their own to fend for themselves? And then they got pissed off because a neighbour was giving her food or something. She hasn't died, has she? Who's passed away, Midsummer? Oh! Oh, I'm sorry about that. It's a horrible thing, COPD. It really is. I've seen a few celebrities and that had it. Fright Night 1 and 2, Midsummer. Have you done that one? It's going to be in America though, Bonnie. I won't be able to see it here, so I have to... Who was it I watched? Was it Stephanie? I can't remember who I watched that did the whole in-depth thing. I think it might have been Stephanie Harlow. So I'll have to wait for her to update it, or whoever it was I watched update it, because I won't see it over here. And people keep saying to me, you can watch it on Hulu. It's like, I don't have Hulu. Like you said, Midsummer, she's at peace now. No more pain. Living her best life on the other side. I'm hungry. I need something to eat. I had dinner, but it's like, I don't know, it didn't touch the sides and it wasn't that nice. We got a pizza because we thought my husband would have to go in and bring stuff, and he's a sod, Travis. It was like, right, we're going to send you in your PJs and whatever. No, it's fine, I'll just lie on top of the bed, I don't need it. It's like, you're a sod, you need to put pyjamas on. Have you ever watched a fighter series, One Steel River Blues? Doesn't sound familiar. Talking of that, I don't know why that's triggered a memory. That programme that J-Lo was in with that actor that's recently died. First person who can guess it, put your hand up. Steel Blues or Blue Steel or something like that. Where they were coppers, but they were on the take. That was really good, and I was waiting for another series of that, but then they decided they weren't making one, and then the main actor died. Furs. I'd really want to see her side of the story, Bonnie. I wonder if we could find it somewhere here to watch. That'd be really interesting. I'm shit, baby. Honestly, totally. I've just said there's a second series of something about to start recording on my box, because obviously I put a series link on and I watched the first series. I've no clue what it is. I've been reading the information, but I still have no clue what it is. And I can't watch movies because they're too long and I lose track in the middle and I don't know what's going on. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is funny. A firefighter series, One Steel River Blues. No, not watch that. I started watching a series with the bloke at, oh, here we go, Criminal Minds. The black bloke in Criminal Minds, he walked off or got sacked or whatever. He started doing a thing where he was not a fireman, he was a special agent or something. I started watching that and I really like him, but the programme was boring, so I gave up. The end of the year. You'll have to remind me, Bonnie. That's why I wouldn't go, baby. They'd hear me snoring and be like, what's going on? Someone throw something at her. See, it's much better if you can watch them at home in comfort. Do you know what I mean? You can get up and go to the loo when you need to. There isn't someone munching a packet of crisps beside you. Yeah, I loved Criminal Minds. I went back and watched it from the start and did the whole thing, and it was cool. somebody mentioned it, and it was like, oh, I'll give it a look, and I sort of watched half an episode, and it was like, oh yeah, I'm sold. So I went back to the beginning and watched them all. It's a shame it ended. That's the thing, all good things must come to an end, but why? I can't, can I get rid of that heart thing? It's in the way. Right, I can see that now. Movies are so long these days. Yeah, I haven't got 3 hours to sit and watched. But then Travis likes the cinema, and he went and watched, what was it, Avatar or something, or something else that was 3 hours, and said you didn't really notice the time because he really enjoyed it. It might come out on DVD eventually, if you keep an eye out for it. Really? Cool, now there's a claim to fame. What was he like in school? How cool is that? And then I was watching it and enjoying it, and then I found out that, I can't remember their names now, but one of them's the voice of Big Tony on The Simpsons, and that was it. That's all I could see then. Every time he was on the screen, all I could see was The Simpsons. He was funny at school. Cool. That's a cool claim to fame, isn't it? I went to school with them. Only famous person in our school was my PE teacher, Mrs. Littlewood. She used to do shop book for Great Britain. She was one chunk of a woman. And I said something I shouldn't one day in PE, and she fucking launched me with her foot from one end of the gym to the other. What did you say? Nothing, miss. So all the good programs finish, don't they? I was just talking about a really good one earlier, Bonnie, called Keeping Faith, but I can't find where to watch it. I think you said you were going to try watching Last Tango in Halifax. Did you see any of that? I'm curious to know if any of the choices I've put up on my list, if people actually enjoyed them. Because if we're not on the same wavelength, then there's no point in me putting them up, is there really? And there's so many channels now and different boxes and things, and it's like... Did you enjoy the part that you saw? I just love the bit at the beginning where she screeches into the car park and she's like, some low life whatever tried to park in. Oh, you've met my daughter, have you? Oh, good. I hope you enjoy it, Bonnie. I love it. It's really relaxing. It's one of them programs you can watch without thinking and get a giggle out of. Yeah, Thingy Bob's doing that now. That lad that used to be in 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, and the Royal Family. What's his name? I never got into it. And that other shit that was the detective, the last one, somebody said something about something and he was really snotty in return, and it was like, well, fuck you then, I'm not going to watch you. He used to be in that other thing, didn't he? Men Behaving Badly. Shit with names, I can't remember their names anymore. Ralph Little's the detective now, isn't he? I was going to watch it because Ralph Little's in it, but there's always something else I'm watching at the time, so I've never got round to watching it. But I've got like a list of actors, like I said before, I've got a list of actors and I put their name on a wish list, so if they're in anything, hopefully the box records it. I'm Trying to think of other things like that. Have you watched A Touch of Frost? Midsummer. I want to start watching that. It's bound to be good because it's David Jason. Anything with David Jason's good. What is it with all the traffic? It's 1:45 in the morning. Go to bed. Thank you, movie man. So do I. My Height is Good. Great spy series was on CBBC. Is it? I'm glad because I'm Touch of Frost is on my list to be watched next. Talking of CBBC, old programmes. Does anyone remember that one with Julia Sawalha and that American lad? And it was about a newspaper. Oh, I loved that. And I always said when I was watching that I wanted to work for a newspaper. Then I ended up working for a newspaper. Dead funny. Can't think what it was called now. Have you watched Line of Duty Midsummer? Brilliant series that is. Everyone's hoping and begging that they'll come back with another series, but so far nothing's happened. Hill Street Blues. That's the thing, I think the series they did back in the 80s and 90s and that, well, 70s, 80s and 90s was so much better because you had nothing else to watch but that. And they put a lot of effort into it, whereas now people are just churning out any old shit. You don't think you've seen Line of Duty? Now I've got the theme tune of Hill Street Blues in my head. Thank you very much for that. Somebody else said her and her husband are the same. Someone will say a word and then it's like bing, something's in their head. Steel River Blues. Rings a bell. Think what would be my top 10? I think most of them are on that list I've been doing, Unexposed. It's like 9,000 songs of the day, Bonnie. It's ridiculous. One word will just go pink and I'm off. The jukebox is going and I'm singing. It's like I'm doing the videos and they'll say something and I'm singing a song in my head and then someone says, you've missed something on the bingo card. Yes, because I'm not paying any attention to what they're doing on the screen. I'm singing a song. It's ridiculous. Don't know how my head works. What is it with the traffic? I've no idea why it's so busy out there tonight. If they cut off a road somewhere else and redirected everybody up our road or something. Earlier I was saying, Bonnie, I wanted to add Keeping Faith is a really good series and I can't find it now. You can't watch it anywhere. You can pay to watch it, which is a bit shit. So I'm trying to find somewhere where it's free, and if I find that I shall put that on the list. That's another really good one. Set in Wales and it's great fun. She's a lawyer, Faith. And the music is amazing. I'm subbed to the girl that's done all the music for the show. She's got her stuff on YouTube and it's really good. Keeping Faith. Like Lada keeps saying, there's a lag. Did you find Keeping Faith on YouTube? Oh no, I'm going to look. Where's my thing? It's Amy Wadge. Here's the song on? Ooh, Keeping Faith BBC episode 2. Oh no, that's only 2:39. They need to put it somewhere so everyone can watch it because it's amazing. Right, where's Faith's song? I'm going to put a link to this so that you can all listen to it because it's amazing. Stevie B, I had to change his name because it was the same as somebody else. So I think it's BB Stevie now. And he's out on tour with his music, Bonnie. Reliving his youth. Having a whale of a time from the sounds of things. I was supposed to be doing Chris and Her Daughters as a book, but his music came up before he could get that arranged, so he's off doing what he's doing. So, but maybe at some point he'll get back to that, and we'll do that. But yeah, because that's his first love, music. So somebody said that they'd set up this like tour thing, but he'd have to change his name. Because I found that as well when I was Googling something to try and find him for something. I did Stevie B and it came up as somebody else, and it was like, I see now why they did that. But yeah, I haven't spoken to him in a while. The last time I spoke was I'd been watching I saw Paris Jackson's video for a song she'd done, and there was a priest in it and it looked just like him, and I wrote to him, I said, I did a double take then, I thought that was you. And he'd actually done some work with the Jackson family, and it's like, is there anyone you haven't worked with? He's worked with Madonna and all sorts, and it's like, how did I come across this bloke? Someone did some, I don't know, record work with Madonna, and I'm now reading his book. How did that happen? Mona the Vampire. Is that a TV thing or a film, Midsummer? Stevie did a short story about a vampire, but I didn't want to read that one because there was something in it I didn't like, and he totally understood and said, obviously it was down to me what I read and what I didn't read. But cartoon in the 90s. Now see, in the 90s, I wouldn't have let mine watch that. See, in the 90s, that's when Travis was little, and I wouldn't have let him watch something about a vampire, so that's probably why I've never heard of it. It was a lovely story, wasn't it, that Grow Old With Me? I love how you didn't quite know what it was until the end. And it was like, because I said, he sent me 2 pictures, and I was like, I need to time the second picture for after the penny drops and you realise that it's not what you thought it was. Because I thought I can't put that picture up as the picture for the story because people will be like, what? What's going on? I like the one with the where the people were in lockdown and they were talking across the two high-rise blocks with messages and whatever, and because the bloke here spoke to the woman there, this woman shut her window and wouldn't talk to him anymore. I thought that was really funny at the time. I'm gonna have to, I was thinking the other day, go back and start doing some more of them 2-minute stories. I find them really interesting when you listen to a song being read rather than being sung. It's so much different, isn't it? I just wanted to see if I could get the watch hours up on this channel, so maybe I could get it monetized. He is, and he does them at the drop of a hat, Bonnie. Do you know what I mean? He wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote. Have you got the link to that website where I found him? He's got loads of stories on there. And he's so sweet. He's like, oh yeah, read whatever. Like the bloke I found on Twitter. He writes about what's going on in this country and how badly people have it so well. And it sort of hits you. And it's like, more people need to hear it. There's not enough people listening to me or reading his stories. And it's like, you really, really, really need to. Lee Wilson, he's a brilliant writer. And he's the same. He said, oh, anything, if you see anything you want to do it, it's fine. And Ben Oakley, who does a crime thing, he was the same. Oh, yeah, just read anything, it's fine. And it's like, they're so cool. Because you'd think if they've written something, they've poured their heart and soul into it, that they'd want it read a certain way, so they'd be a bit pernickety about who was reading it, how they were reading it. But those three, they've been great. They're just like, yeah, do what you want. But I got so engrossed in Exposed because that was actually bringing in the money. Not that it brings in that amount of money, but it was like, oh, I can build that channel up so that I'm getting a bit of an income. And then this one sort of went by the wayside. But like I said, now it's winter. I'll be shutting the window soon, so I'll be able to do some more stories, hopefully. Because I can't do it when the window's open. As if by magic. Should have heard the motorbikes earlier. It was ridiculous. I don't know how they ride around on those things that sound like a fucking gun going off. Yeah, me too, Bonnie. That story I wrote came out in about 3 minutes flat because I do, yeah, but not many people watch them. Yeah, that story I wrote came out in about 3 seconds because I'd been going on about it for ages. I said one of these nights I'm going to climb out the window and run up and down the road and no one will know I've done it type thing. But yeah, I'd love to be able to write. Is that where you have to feed them and pet them and things? The only game we've ever got her interested in is... Oh, now my head's gone blank. Hang on. Oh, damn it. What is it? There's this little funny man. And she doesn't actually play the game. She does all the other things you can do. She spends most of her time downstairs. Yeah. She spends most of her time downstairs doing cross stitch. She's Out was brilliant. I love that. And Widows. Brilliant. Anything that what's her face wrote. See, I can't think of her name now. It's a PlayStation game, Midsummer, and I can't think of what it is. Payday. What's that about? It's really hard to get her to do anything. It's like she'll come in and, what are you doing in your game? Oh, I'm doing so and so. Oh, that's interesting. What's this? Blah, 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 blah. Would you like to play it? No, thank you. So when I was playing Wildflowers before, oh, what are you doing there? Oh, what do you have to do? And it's like, oh, that's cool. Do you want to play? No, thank you. She's really set in her ways, and she'll pick something and then she'll do it to death. So she does cross stitch, that's on Facebook, I think. And then we get her diamond pictures. She likes doing them. And this thing, she can sit in a room for hours on this thing, getting him, I don't know even what she gets him to do. Oh, farming. Yeah, see, there's loads of stuff like that I think, oh yeah, she'd like that, but she doesn't. Damn it, what is that game? Hang on, I'm going to have to go and mooch about and see. Right. So they're going to PlayStation 4. I don't even know what PlayStation she's got. It's about 300 years old. What I want to do is we've got an N64, and then Travis had a GameCube when he was little, and I want to get them out and play with them, go back to the beginning and play Mario, because him being the little shit that he is, he started messing with it and playing with it, and then he started fiddling about with Little Big Planet. Thank you, Movie Man. That's it. There's a little man, and I don't know what it does or what she does with it, but thank you, baby, and thank you for keeping me company, and I will do an update and let everybody know. Yeah, there was a farming simulator on Facebook. Me and my husband used to play on it, and then they changed it. But yeah, I don't know what she does with the little bloke on there. She spends hours on that, but it's like, I've tried to get her to play loads of other things. She doesn't want to know. But yeah, when Travis was little, he went on the Nintendo and was messing about with the saved things and deleted them all. And we'd got to 117 stars or something, and you only needed 120, and there was 3 left to get, and it was like, poof. And we have never let him forget it. But I'd like to go back and do them again, but the thing is, they'd have to be on the telly, and it's too far away now. I like things closer up, like the laptop, so... But yeah, I've got a few games that I thought she'd like, you know, because on Steam you can share your games with somebody. So Travis shares his with me, and I was saying to her, look, I can share this with you and you can play it. No, thank you. I'll buy it for you and you have your own copy. No, thank you. I give up asking now. And normally she'll find things from the 1950s. Oh, I've seen such and such. I'd like that. And before, when I had a CD disc thing in my laptop, I used to say, she thinks I can type it into the thing and the thing pops open on the side and I can hand her the thing she wants. It sounds cool, Midsummer, but she's really like, no thanks. So at the moment I'm playing Palia, and I've said to Bonnie I'll go back and do another playthrough of Wildflowers, because that's a really cool game. And then I had early access to Critter Cove, but I couldn't find a wrench, a shovel, or a fucking what was the other thing? Wrench, a shovel, and a axe. And it was all because I hadn't put a chair in the room to trigger something else, so it's a pretty little game. It's only, I think I can only play it till November the 3rd. Oh, and update on Palia, I got an email from the devs today, and they're like, oh no, we can't give you back your watering can, but you can always get another one. Did you know what an arse ache it was to get it in the first place? See, I'm no good with multiplayer things either because I can't be depended on to be there. And it's like I'll go on to do a game, get distracted by something, go off and do something else, come back and find I should have been doing something with somebody and I haven't been doing it. So I don't do that. I'm like a lone player. See, they have groups of people on Palia. You know, you can make friends and do things in groups, but I never accept friend requests because I can't guarantee when I'm going to be on and how long I'm going to be on for and all the rest of it. So there was a farming thing though on Facebook that I used to really enjoy back in the day. But you have returned. Where have you been? Anywhere interesting? Yeah, it's easier to do it solo, isn't it? Yes, that's what I mean. I don't know all the speak. I remember wetting myself laughing. I was watching thing with Dara O'Brien. I've got whose line is it anyway stuck in my head. It's not that. Anyway. And one of the comedians said his favourite thing was a farming simulator, and I'm like, huh? And he said, yeah, I go home and I plough for hours. It's like, you've paid money to play a game where you plough a field, and it's like now I play farming sims all the time, but with a story in, not the actual driving a ploughing machine. But it's like, yeah, I get it now. I get the monotony of just doing something over and over. Father Ted is a great programme. Oh, were you? What? While you were away? How much funds did you raise? There's a cat simulator. There's one I've been looking at. It's called Stray Cat, and I keep thinking about getting that. Where you just tootle about town as a cat. I did actually think of you when I saw that. Yeah, there's some cool games out there, but it's like Palia, you press W to walk and F to pick things up. But Critter Cove, you press W and E are too close to each other for my fat fingers, and I keep pressing the wrong button. And it's like, oh, just give me a controller. I knew what I was doing on a controller. Oh, I hope it went well. Was that on YouTube? Did you do that on YouTube? Tell you, you're amazingly clever for a cat, the things you can do. I'm going to head off in a bit because I've been on here boring people for ages. Apparently Dad's Army's 50 years old. Who knew? I want to see how long I've been on here. Does it say? I paused that, so let's bring it to the end. Oh. Yeah, I'm so popular. I've got 3 people watching me. Does it say? Oh, it won't tell me till I go off, will it? Who knows how long I've been here. I can't remember what time I decided to come on. Oh, bless you. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. Movie man. And cat in the corner. What's the cat's name? 2 hours. Wow, that went by quick. How do you make my name orange? So many things I have no idea about. You left me some messages on Instagram, didn't you? I'm shy on Instagram. If I haven't got back to you, it's like, oh, I'll do that in a minute, and then I click off and go and do something else and forget what I'm doing. So if you don't get a reply from me, don't think I'm ignoring you. It's just that I'm shit on Instagram. It's like James left me a load of messages, and by the time I got round to doing something with them, they'd all disappeared. So got the Craft TV on, and they're making little paper Father Christmases and elves and things, and they're so cute. Do you think I've got that then? I think I'm ADHD. I must have something, mustn't I? I'm totally not organised. I used to be more organised before fibro. Thank you. As long as you don't mind, because I feel really bad when I don't answer things and people thinking, what the fuck? I was talking to you the other day and then you wandered off. I used to do that on Twitter. I'd be in the middle of a conversation with someone on Twitter and I'd catch something on my pinned comments at the top or whatever, and I'd go, oh yeah, I have to do, and I'd go off to do that thinking I'll do this thing and then I'll go back to Twitter and carry on the conversation. But when I got to that thing, I'd forgotten about Twitter, and then 3 days later somebody's like, hello. We were having a conversation. It's like, oh yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry, where did that come from? Boring myself now. XCVB. What does that stand for, Midsummer? Sorry, I missed that when I was off doing something. Do they give a warning at the beginning that it's not good for people with epilepsy? Because they should. I don't know why that's tickled me. The facts are in. Yeah, someone's decided, therefore you are. It's like you imagine all the lights going down low. We decide. I'm going to have to look that up. What does that stand for? Where are we? XCVB. Copy. Where? No. It's a clothing line as well, apparently. My brain is fried. Has it got a bloke with weird eyes with the rainbow coming out of his sockets? Oh, let's try game. Yeah, it's that.
There we go.
Looks like a nightmare.
I pressed V. How's it going?
There's a thing in it. It's got two. No, I couldn't.
Ooh, I almost had it.
Far too many colours and things, and I'm enjoying doing the games that I'm doing on Steam at the moment that have actually got a story. Like that. What I keep going on about Wildflowers, but it was so much fun to play, and it had a really good story. And they had loads of different people in it. Like there's gay, there's non-binary, there's all the different things I can't think at the moment. Then there's black person, a Spanish person. Do you know what I mean? A Native American. They really thought about all the characters that they put in there, and they've won a load of awards for it as well. Yeah, I just looked at it on YouTube, Midsummer. It looks like a headache waiting to happen. Yay! Now you two know what's going on. That's cool. You can chat to each other because I'm clueless. Oh, but don't be giving anything away then before you've done it. You two should friend each other. Can we still do that on here? You can't even talk to people on YouTube anymore, can you? You used to be able... There was a thing, and we used to go and say thank you if someone subbed, or they'd come and say thank you to you, and then you could have a conversation on there. You can't even do that now. And it's like, why fix it if it ain't broke? I like Copper Bottom. I'll definitely get that when it's not out yet, obviously, Critter Cove, but when it is out and then eventually reduced in price, I'll get it then, because I'll know what I'm doing now. But before I was like, oh, I'm not playing it because there's no point. I can't do what I'm doing. It's not. And all it was over the chair. I hadn't put the chair in the room. And I hadn't put the chair in the room because I didn't know how to put the chair in the room. It got stuck in the box and I couldn't get it out. And then I had the backpack in the box. And I couldn't get the box out of the backpack. It's like, I give up. I shouldn't be gaming at all, should I? I should be in a rocking chair. Now I've got a song stuck in my head and I'm not saying what it is. I said to my husband, definitely when I play it again, I'm not going to have a tail or a fucking unicorn horn like the first one did, because that was just an annoyance. But I understand now what I'm supposed to be doing. I still haven't figured out how I'm supposed to get the box to the workshop, though, so that I can have stuff in the workshop and stuff at home. Because it keeps saying my inventory's full, but the box is completely empty. I have no clue. All these questions and more. Confused? You will be. Doo-doop. Doo-doo-doo-doop. Right, I think I'm going to head off because I'm yawning now. And I shouldn't be yawning on here. I should have a tail. Alright, I'll keep the tail. But I just won't have a unicorn horn. Because it gets in the way and you end up poking stuff and then you get stuck. Thank you everybody for keeping me company. I will give you an update when I have one. Ooh, what's that? Oh, thank you. See you later. I have food. So I'm going to go off and eat this. And like I said, I will give you an update. Hugs to you too, sweetie. I will let everybody know what happens. And I will do another live soon and hopefully we'll have a few more people in. So, all of you, take care. Good night. Keep well. If you're trick-or-treating, be careful. I will do, Bonnie. I'll do an update and let everybody know. I will see you soon.